Okay, now we're going to look at three different cases in this chapter, and we will look at um, different probability distributions and then fitting distribution in a real case setting. Yeah. The first one is well, the first two cases are financial cases, and the third one is maintenance case. The first one is valuation of Facebook. It was about to go public. So how do you um, come up with valuation for the company so that the stock price can be, priced properly? Okay. So this is some simplifying assumptions have been made, and here is the situation. So we have 5 years worth of financial data from financial statements, and here are the broad uh, values. Okay, so revenue, cost of revenue, like cost of goods sold, and then that gives us the gross profit. Okay, and then we have other costs, research and development and sales, and other administrative expenses. So you subtract that from gross profit and you get the total operating well, add these two, you get the total operating expense. Subtract that from gross profit, you get the operating income. And then you subtract interest expense and other income, and then finally you get income before taxes. After that, you have provision for income tax. Subtract that, then you get your net income after taxes. Okay, so let's set this part of the model up, and then we will go ahead with what other assumptions that we're going to be making. Okay, so here, okay, gross profit is revenue minus cost of goods. All right. Now total operating expense is that plus that. Okay. And then the operating income is gross profit minus operating expense. So then income before taxes will be, okay, operating income, then we subtract interest expense and add other income. Okay. So the net income from continuing operations then is income before taxes minus provision for taxes, and that is our net income. So let's go ahead and finish that up for the rest of the years. Okay. So now, before we go into the assumptions, let us set up some of the ratios here. Key ratios is we want to take the revenue and then express some of these key costs as a proportion of revenue, right? So here we get cost of goods sold will be that divided by the revenue. So that gives us the percentage of cost of goods. And then research and development divided by revenue will give you R&D as a percentage. And then sales, okay, divided by revenue, again that gives us the percentage. And income tax rate is net income provision for income tax right here. So that, now this one we have to divide by net income before taxes. Okay, so now we copy these like that. Okay, and then we can also look at income growth from year to year. So the first year to year growth can be computed for the second year, and that would be the difference, right? So that minus that gives us how much income grew and divide by the starting point. So that will give us the income or revenue growth. Okay, so copy that over. So we have the ratios. Now we can find the average of all of these ratios. So you get average from there to there. So that's the, and then we have average like that. Okay, so that should be 18 there. Okay, so copy that down. Okay, so these are the averages over the past 5 years. Okay. Now for evaluation, what we need to do is to project in the future what's going to happen, because our evaluation is not about the past, it's about the future. And based on these ratios that we have calculated from the past, we have to try to project what will happen in the future. So first we're going to set up deterministic model without any simulation, and then we will apply simulation as we have done in the past.